Yo.
2 consecutive games.
Yes.
I know it's a friendly.
Pre-season.
Yes.
Yes.
You're trying to build up for the season.
Yes.
So you are trying to ensure that as we're getting closer to the season, the performances get better.
Yep.
Of course, the results can go either side, but
Yes.
this was a 3-0 beating.
Yep.
So now, where do we start? Do we start looking at? Should we analyze the performance or should we analyze the result?
I think both of them are you can look at both of them because the result in itself is terrible. Manchester United should be losing like they did yesterday, but we also need to put into consideration that a huge bunch of the players that Manchester United would depend on or probably would get into the starting lineup are not yet back into the camp.
Right.
So that's one.
Is it only for Manchester United?
For Liverpool,
For Liverpool, they've got a couple that are still there, but if you've got a front line that if you've got a front line that has got Jota back, you've got Salah back. Man, listen. The spine
Rashford,
of
is not a top player.
the Manchester United spine is not yet back, especially in our defense.
Okay. Now, just talk to us through your spine. Then we see what you're talking
But now
about.
the thing is this.
Yeah.
Let me add on to what Sammy is saying. I think you guys are really overlooking into how United have performed, because really look at it from a City point of view. We have only won 1 game in the friendlies, in the international friendlies so far. It was yesterday against Chelsea. The rest we've either drawn.
But we know we're used
or
to seeing you guys
lost.
lose in the
point is this.
preseason friendlies.
You can't really read too much into a friendly. You understand? Why don't you have the same kind of attention that you're giving to United and Chelsea? You should be giving to City as well, because they haven't really won any game aside from yesterday's game.
Teddy, the reason why we're not doing that is because Manchester City don't always perform well in the pre-seasons. And for sure, Manchester City are the champions of England for the past 4 years. So we know the quality that they have. We know the squad. We know what to get from Man City. They just need to be fit.
Yeah, and also I think there's much more spotlight right now on Manchester United, given that Erik ten Hag has been given another pass now. Go ahead and do something in the coming season. So, of course, you're going to see much scrutiny to Manchester United. The issues that I have right now, because the only positives I might have is that there is a pattern of play that you can see trying to develop on Manchester United. You can see them trying to pass the ball from the back. There's some good passages of play, especially with Mason Mount.
But that wasn't in the Arsenal game, right? But in the Chelsea
No,
game.
it's been consistent in slight
I
instances.
thought guys
So it's
complained
the-
about Manchester United's pattern of play against Arsenal.
Well-
I haven't watched against Liverpool.
Yeah.
But against Arsenal, I mean, it wasn't too good from the reviews that I got.
Okay. Now for the Liverpool one, at least I can say there was, especially with Mason Mount in midfield, and I think he's been one of the few positives that are existing so far in the preseason.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing was now on to the negatives. Now we all talked about the injuries that
I've bedeviled.
yes, Manchester United, and we can see that they're gonna take a long time before they come back. Yoro and Højlund. Now, since Højlund got injured, I think we are lacking a target in the middle. Now, Zagzi is yet to come, but we have a hole in there. We need someone who can score goals. So I don't know how they solve that situation. It's either Zagzi comes back or we sign a striker. That is still up in the air.
Okay.
The other thing is, I was talking about Casemiro last weekend, and you seemed somehow to be on his side. He shouldn't start for Manchester United in the midfield.
Wow.
He was overrun yesterday by Carvalho, and I didn't think there was any positive thing to talk about him in that particular game. So, Casemiro, if at all there's anyone who needs to leave Manchester United right now, it's Casemiro over Scott McTominay and get Ugarte in the middle of the park. Yes.
You think
yes.
so? I mean,
He's a shade of himself right now.
Okay.
He's slow. He can't tackle. He's overrun by kids. The other thing...
Wow. It's your time, Sammy. Continue.
So the other thing I was saying is, to put it into context though, on the left-hand side was Harry Amas. He's good. You can see that there's some flashes of brilliance in him.
Mm-hmm.
But we need a left back. We clearly need a left back in that position. Because what Salah did yesterday was terrible to Harry Amas. So those few question marks that are existing, I think Ten Hag needs to sort them out before the season begins. And it's not that long because we are playing Manchester City on Saturday.
Okay, let's look at the Manchester United side. We have Onana in goal. There's Amas left back, Evans and Lindelof centre back. One Bissaka. Casemiro was there in the midfield. It was a 4-2-3-1. Collier
Yep.
played alongside Casemiro. Casemiro played 90 minutes. Diallo, who has been quite in form in the preseason, also started on the right. Mason Mount, number 10. Sancho on the left and Rashford up front. That's not a bad United side. Considering Liverpool had Tsimikas, Konsa in the defense, Konate, centre-back and Bradley in the defense, Gravenberch, Elliott. Elliott was playing as a number 8. Then Jones, Cavallo, and Salah and Jota. Not too bad. Kelleher was in goal.
Yeah, Kelleher was in goal and he had good performances last season that made us question whether he was going to go away from Liverpool and have a starting place elsewhere. For Manchester United, those central defenders are not the ones that will start the season. You can agree on that?
I can agree on that, yeah.
Yeah. Collier, I wouldn't expect him to start in midfield, of course. Harry Amas, in as much as he's showing some lights, I'm not sure that, Diogo Dalot is going to sit on the bench or Luke Shaw is going to sit on the bench for Harry Amas to start a game.
Okay.
So I would like to see a Manchester United side that has got the squad that those guys who played in the Euros come back so that we can see something.
All right.
Yeah, but right now I think it's...
But for a team to perform well, they need to depend on the depth of the team.
Yeah.
So from what you've seen, this is your depth. This is your squad depth.
Yeah.
So from what you've seen, are you okay?
I'm okay, but we can get 2 more names. We can get a midfielder, Ugarte, and if it's possible, switch then Nusaya Mazraoui to come in place of Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And I'll be fine. I'll be fine with that. I'll expect Højlund and Euro to come back soon.
So you don't want another striker?
No. I want to see Zaxi first. Let me see Zaxi when he comes back into the squad. Then Højlund will definitely be back in a few weeks. 6 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with Manchester United. But okay, first steady.
I think United need more than 3 signings to be somewhere, because you've seen around, they've made a perfect structure around the field, but in the field itself, they really need something, because at the defense, at the back, there's been rumors that Wan-Bissaka might leave, and we aren't really too sure about Mazraoui. Yes, he's a decent signing, you could say, but then again, you have to really see what he does on the pitch to be sure of him. Then in the middle of the pack, there is Casemiro. Yes, his legs are gone, way gone. Then there is Maino. Yes, Maino is proper, but is he really mature to really hold that CDM role for the whole season?
No, that's why you're going for Ugarte, who can complement him in midfield.
Then you have the 8th position, because I'm not really quite sold out on Mount. Yes, he had some problems last season on injuries and such, but I don't see him as the 8 for United. Of course, you have the perfect position for Fernandes as a 10.
Yeah.
Then as a winger, Rashford has been ghosting games in and out throughout the season, and even at the start of this season in the friendlies. I still think they need someone else apart from Zaxi and Højlund being from the injuries, coming back from the injuries. I still think they need someone.
What about Garnacho?
Yes, Garnacho is good, but you see, he's not quite mature yet to be consistent in each and every single game of the season, because you saw some flashes throughout the season, but he wasn't really consistent. And that's why I think United needs someone who is consistent, who will be able to give these guys maybe a run for their money, because I'm not quite sold out. Aside from Højlund, all those other small wingers and attackers, I'm not quite sold out what a idea United this season.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
okay, that's interesting.
Very pessimistic.
I didn't watch the game, but I'm seeing Tashodi say, I watched that Man United game, and the United were the better side. They had the better chances. It's just Liverpool were ruthless in finishing the chances. The game could have ended 5-3. Next up for Manchester United is Manchester City in the Community Shield.
Yeah.
I think that's when we're going to get a good sense of where this United squad is.
Yes.
So, from what you're saying, you need a midfielder and you need a left back. I think you need more than that.
Even a right back. A right back.
Yeah,
I'm only banking on the hope that if Aaron Wan-Bissaka goes, then there is a chance to get him.
So, Manchester United fans, who do you think your team should sign? I'm thinking you guys need to go into the market and spend like money on 5 players. 5 players.
Chelsea 2.0.
Tell us, Manchester United, who do you think your team should sign?
And
We'll be
maybe
back.